Our Coinbase options trade from just last week is now up over 100% profit, all because the stock surged 16% after the US Senate passed the stablecoin legislation called the Genius Bill. This is yet another real-time example proving how our deep analysis of wealthy investor trades helps us stay ahead of the market and sometimes even makes us look like a genius by accurately predicting big stock moves before major news becomes public. And so, once again, smart money made a genius move. The only question is, are you following their lead? Because if you've been following our channel, you'll remember that on this day, June 11th, we posted this video analysis on our channel just a week ago, showing why we were bullish and buying Coinbase after analyzing an unusual trade worth $130 million. And clearly, that analysis was correct because Coinbase stock is much higher now. And so, if you want to learn more about how we broke down this unusual trade to turn it into another profitable trade, we'll link this video here. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on these very profitable opportunities. Now keep in mind, even if you're subscribed to our channel, you could still miss out on these profitable trades. That's because we don't always have enough time to make a video. So that's why we send email alerts. This was the email we sent out to our newsletter subscribers before Coinbase stock made its big move. Email is the fastest and most effective way to share these unusual trades while there's still time to act. So if you want these time-sensitive opportunities, sign up for our free newsletter on our website. We'll put a link here. It's simple, quick, takes less than a minute, and best of all, it's completely free. No credit card, no paywall, just raw data-driven trade alerts based on unusual option activity, emailed straight to your inbox. You'll get direct access to the trades of wealthy investors and potential insiders so you can see what the smart money is doing before the stock moves. Now, you might be wondering, was this just a lucky guess? Or did someone get early access to the Senate talks and leak it to this wealthy investor behind this $130 million trade? We may never know for sure, but here's what we do know. Our analysis picked up on this unusual trade early, and it paid off big. How big? Well, let's take a look at the actual trade now. This was the unusual options trade, the August 15 options at the 250 strike calls. And you can see here, the initial cost of the trade was a price of $2,830 per contract. Keep in mind, this shows options price, so we either move the decimal 2 places to the right or multiply by 100 because each options contract controls 100 shares of stock. And so, according to this profit loss graph, which already takes into account the cost of the trade, we have a profit of $3,128 per contract. And so, to get the profit percentage, we need to divide this profit by the $2,830 of initial cost and then multiply by 100 for a percentage, and we get a total of 110% profit. In other words, we made more than our original investment on this trade. And it only took a week of patiently sitting back and letting the profits come in. Sometimes it takes longer, but the point is, this is how we keep winning using data-driven analysis and a strategy focused on tracking the trades of wealthy investors, because understanding where money flows gives us deep insights into potential stock moves in the market. The rich often have better access to information, sometimes even leaked insider information that help them make better, smarter financial decisions. This is how smart money always stays one step ahead, well before the rest of the market catches on. No wonder the rich get richer. And so, if you want early access to deep insights like this, head over to our website. We'll put a link up here where you can see exactly when and which stocks wealthy investors are trading on Wall Street so that you can have the same opportunities as the rich. Because if the rich keep getting richer, why shouldn't you? Now, speaking of the rich, did this wealthy investor close their trade position? To find out, let's dive deeper into this trade on the option chain for these August 15 options at the 250 strike calls. As you can see, these options are currently worth between the bid price of $5,725 to the ask price of $5,830. And remember, these options were only going for a price of $2,830 each when we entered this trade. That's why our trade is so profitable now. But here's the key detail. You can see that only 2,400 contracts were traded at the volume. So this is not enough to close out of these 48,000 open contracts that are still at the open interest. So we can conclude that this wealthy investor has not closed out their position. And that is why you can still see our position here. POS stands for our position, and the green color means a buy position. This data is important to track because it can help us decide whether to stay in a trade or close to take profits. With that being said, we don't rely on this data alone to time our exits. Wealthy investors often hesitate to close positions because realizing profits can trigger higher taxes. So that's why we go deeper, analyzing multiple data sets and using other strategies to manage risk. This allows us to lock in profits while protecting gains and still keeping upside potential intact. If you want to learn more about the strategies that give us an extra edge beyond just picking the best stocks to beat the market, then go to our website. We'll link it over here. And if you missed our previous analysis on Coinbase from last week, we'll link that as well so you can see exactly how we already made over 100% profit on that trade. Let us know in the comments. Do you think this wealthy investor knew about the genius bill before the rest of us? As always, please like, subscribe, and until next time, let's keep tracking the trades of the rich so everyday investors can profit too. Take care and have a wonderful day.